Periscope. How is everyone this evening? I am Anita of thatanitalive.com. And you know me that I've been sharing this story and that you should live unashamed of your secret story. And living unashamed of your secret story involves not allowing blocks and barriers to keep you from your destined greatness. Not even you. Whatever it is that you dream, whatever it is that you hold in your heart as a vision, whatever it is that you have on your mind constantly that you would like to do or you would like to achieve or you would like to obtain, you should step out and go after it and not allow any of your failures, any of your past mistakes, any of your past experiences to stop you from going after the gold. Now, last night I did a scope that family is not everything. Living unashamed, family is not everything. If you didn't see it, go to catch.me/thatanitalive and look at the latest Periscope. Evidently, it was a hot one. I got a number of comments, feedback, tweets about that scope that I did. A lot of people resonated with what I said. A lot of people felt what I said, have had those experiences, and are hiding behind some of that shame. Because those of you that had excellent family relationships and those of you that try to hold everyone else accountable to your experience or under your umbrella makes them feel shame. Hey, how you doing? Makes them feel shame. And they sit in the shade, they sit in the back because, how you doing? They don't want to have you mention their secret stories at the wrong time. They don't want to sit in a room and feel embarrassed if the wrong subject should come up. And I am telling them not to allow any of that to ever make them feel embarrassed. I am telling them to live unashamed of their secret story. So what I'm going to do tonight is answer a question that I received last night, because I know if one person has that question, then there's a lot of you out there that have that question, and it would be great to discuss it, put it out there. If there are any more feedback, if there's any more questions, follow-up questions to what I mentioned tonight, tweet me, email me at anita@thatanitalive.com. If you would like to go to my website, thatanitalive.com, and sign up for my list. On Sundays, there's an inspirational blog post, and on Wednesdays, I send out a prayer meditation, a devotional, midweek 2-minute devotional to help get you through the week from one Sunday to another. So here's the question that I got. So much has happened to me. How do I identify my secret story? How do I identify what I need to work on? And I totally understand this question, because what generally happens is a lot of our secret story happens during childhood. And in growing up, we begin to suppress it. We begin to run from it. And then we fall into whatever it is we run to. So some folks run to marriage and they throw themselves into their marriage and they try and put a wall up, or they say forgive and forget, which is a lie. They put that wall up to think that that wall is going to keep them from ever experiencing those memories or those emotions again. But that's not how it happens, because it'll backfire on you and it'll manifest in your life in other ways. You will experience failure in this one particular part of your life, and you're not sure on why every time you get to this one point, you can't get across it. You will go through periods, for instance, maybe where you can't sleep and you're not sure of why. You go through a list that there's no stress that you're experiencing. There isn't any current events that should be causing you difficulty in sleeping, but yet you do. It could be a lot of women experience, they're constantly out there looking for love in all the wrong places. No pun intended, but they're constantly looking for, I want a husband, I want a man, I want a husband, when they're not clear on loving themselves, when they're not clear on being comfortable with their own body images, when they don't have good self-esteem, when they don't have good self-image, when they don't have good self-confidence. Truth be told, what men are attracted to is confidence. It doesn't matter your shade, it doesn't matter your height, it doesn't matter your weight. Men are attracted to confident women. To get you to identify what your secret story is, I need you to do two things. One is journal, and the other one is to create a life map. Ignoring brokenness and looking to be completed elsewhere. Exactly. Trying to just do or use a Band-Aid on themselves to cover their own brokenness, and taking all of those broken pieces into another relationship. And that relationship is going to experience the same difficulties, barriers, and problems that the past relationships did. Exactly. Now with the life map, how you create that is, I need you to think of your life in segments. Maybe in ages from 0 to 5, 6 to 10, 11 to 15. Hey Tiff, how you doing? Right now I'm talking about, of course, living unashamed. However, I got a question last night after a scope that I did. Evidently was a really hot scope because I got a lot of comments, feedback, questions, and one of the questions was, so much has happened to me, how do I identify what my secret story is? And my answer is twofold, and where I need you to, one, I need you to start journaling, and two, I need you to create a life map. And that life map, you can segment your life on age. Some people, previous clients of mine have used addresses because they remember, I remember more, we moved so much. I remember more addresses to milestones in my life than I remember ages. So where one may use 5 to 10 or 10 to 20, another may use 4 or 5 different addresses. Still, another way that you could do it could be based on grades. Well, I remember I was in school here for these grades, K through 3, then 4th, 5th, and 6th grade, I went to this school, and then I went to that high school. Or still, I have other clients that I have attended, they were military brats, or they attended so many schools that they write down all of the schools that they attended, and then they associate these milestones with what happened while they were at that school. And the milestones are your memories. So I need you, for each age group or for each address, however you segment your life, I need you to write down your memories. And how you can format this is down the left side, you can put your segments. And then across the top for columns, you can put the addresses or the ages or however you want to write all of that down. And then in a space in the middle, you will put your memories. Good memories and bad memories. I remember many schools also from moving. Exactly. And you remember a lot of your experiences were probably based on the people that you went to school with at the time. Some of the people that we went to school with aren't so nice. So it could be a bad experience from the 3rd grade. It could be a fight that you remember being suspended from school for the 6th grade. However, you want to go back through your life. Think of your life in layers, like that, the bloomin' onion. Monday was bloomin' onion day, and the restaurant, the Outback, was giving away free bloomin' onions with whatever your purchase was. So think of your life like a bloomin' onion with layers, and you have to begin to peel and go through each one of those layers to carve out all of those memories, good and bad. Now, don't force yourself to try to remember each day, because the memories that are still impacting you, once you begin to concentrate on that period of your life, they will come back to you real easy. They will come back to you real quick. Whether you remember an address, and then you begin to think more about that address. How was the house laid out? What color were the walls painted? Who did you play with during that time period outside? What relatives used to come to visit when you lived there? Did they just come for the summer? Did they come by every day? Was it a once a week thing? All of that will begin to bring those memories back for you. And those memories will tell you what it is that is impacting your life, what it is that is causing you stressors at this particular time. It will identify for you what your secret story is. the first one that I mentioned, if there's any questions, Tiff, or you need me to help you lay it out, just send me an email or DM me on Twitter, and maybe I'll throw a worksheet together and help you get everything all down so that you can begin to work through these and feel yourself getting lighter and feel yourself coming to peace with your experiences. Ooh, to gun violence. What city did you grow up in? The second one that I mentioned, what city did you grow up in, Tiff? Was journaling. And journaling is really, really, really Wisconsin? A lot, huh? I associate all of the cities in that area with Chicago. So I could see a lot of that spilling over from the major cities that are in that area. As you go back through that and allow yourself to come at peace with it, because I'll always tell my clients, do not take responsibility for what you didn't commit and you can't control. And you couldn't control any of that. Do not take responsibility for what you didn't commit and what you can't control. You just have to see it as being processed through your system and breathe out and let it go, because there was nothing that you could do about it. And there's nothing that you can do about it now. With the journaling, that'll help you process it and release it, because what you're going to write in that journal every day, and whether it's a book, don't take responsibility. Thank you. And what you're going to write in that journal every day are your thoughts. Some of my clients have carried their journal with them everywhere and written in them throughout the day. Other clients have taken just a sticky note or a piece of paper and they tear it into little pieces as the day goes on. Then when they get home, they have an old tissue box that they just drop all of them down into. The date, the time, whatever the thought is or whatever the memory is. And then when they get home, they just drop it into the tissue box, the box or the jar that they're using to collect all of them. Do that for about 2 months straight. Just write whatever comes to mind. If you're at work and your boss starts getting on your nerves, write it in your journal. If you're at home and your child is wearing you thin about that third orange for the day, write that. Just start writing, and you'll be surprised how what you're writing about on the surface, as you keep writing, will reveal more things to you. And it'll get easier as you keep doing it and keep doing. A lot of people can't do blogs because they don't want to put it out there in the public. So that's why I suggest write the journaling and just keep writing. Just keep writing, and you'll see as you fill up the pages and as you fill the journal, you'll see more and more of you. I didn't know I remembered that. 2 months straight without going back and reading. 60 days, just keep writing, keep writing. I love writing also, and writing. 2 books at the same time, Tiff? You're writing 2 books at the same time. I can't get myself together to get one going. Go ahead, girl. You're doing 2 at once. Exactly. Awesome. Go ahead with your bad self, Miss Tiff. Find some time to journal, though, and get all of your thoughts out on paper, all of your feelings out on paper. Keep writing. In that instance, when you're writing, keep writing until you feel better. Because if you're still holding some anger and you can still hold that pen real stiff, then you need to keep writing, because there's some more energy in there that needs to come out onto the paper. And that's what you're going to need to see after you write for 2 straight months. Then one day, whatever your favorite drink is, tea, coffee, caramel macchiato, margarita, whatever your favorite drink is, get some quiet space, get your favorite beverage, sit down in a corner somewhere and read it from start to finish. I guarantee you there will be pages and lines in there that will surprise you. So that's what I am covering for tonight. Like I said, if you have any questions with either of those exercises, either DM me on Twitter or send me an email to Anita at thatanitalive.com. Thank you. And I'm on Facebook also. I'm on the book, the bird, and the gram as That Anita Live. So visit my website, read my personal stories, get to know more about me. Ask me absolutely anything that you want to know. Absolutely anything. And tonight, I'm going to leave you with a Chinese proverb. And the Chinese proverb is, each journey starts with the first step. So you got to get started. And I will see you guys tomorrow night.